Hey guys, my name is Tiffany.
I'm Cami.
And I'm Adu, and we're sophomores from Pikeville.
Today we're going to be giving you tips on how to survive high school.
As you probably already know, high school is supposed to be the best 4 years of your life, but it may not always be that way if things get too stressful.
We're going to help you succeed, but also have fun in high school.
So without any further ado, let's get right into those life-saving tips.
Tip number 1, be organized.
One of the easiest ways to stay organized is to use a planner. You can write down any important due dates or activities that you need to remember. If you don't like planners, you can use the Calendars or Reminders app on your phone. This will ensure that you are never caught off guard and it will save you a lot of stress.
Also, you should keep an accordion or different binders for each class. If you have everything in one folder, it will be extremely difficult to find papers that you're looking for.
Tip number 2, take good notes.
The best way to take notes is to handwrite them because it's easier to remember. If you type them on the computer, you're more likely to copy them from the textbook without understanding.
It's easy to remember information if you write it in your own words. For example, in the Haitian Revolution, the slaves ended up at the top of the social pyramid. So, in my notes, I wrote that the slaves started from the bottom down to here. Here's the top.
One good way to take notes is to make outlines. This breaks information down into sections instead of just making bullets straight down a page. It makes it more organized and easier to reread.
Tip number 4, learn how to study effectively.
You should always stay in one place and keep away from distractions such as your iPhone and TV.
You should also stay away from places where you can fall asleep really easily, such as your bed or the couch.
It also helps if you break your studying into periods. After about 30 minutes you start to get distracted, so you should take a short break, and when you come back you'll be more focused. Tip number 5, make healthy relationships.
You should have a close group of friends, but also be friendly to others.
Don't feel pressure to date, but if you do have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, don't let them take up too much of your time.
You should always be respectful to your teachers, not cause trouble in class, so they'll be willing to help you when you need it.
Tip number 6, make time for other things.
Studying is important, but you shouldn't let it take up all of your time.
Participate in school events, such as basketball games or football games or pep rallies.
You should do different clubs such as the cooking team or the academic team, and you might like it.
We decided to interview some of our teachers to get their opinions on high school. Today, we are here with Mr. Smith. He has just graduated college and is a student teacher. Okay, so our first question for you today is, how do you think students can make the most of their high school experience?
I would say definitely get involved in as most things you can as possible. I know you hear that all the time. People say, make the most of your experiences, but it's true. You only get to do it once. So whether it's making sure you do a little bit of sports, do well in your classes, but also things like that you wouldn't have thought of, like I don't know, the academic team or the maybe the play. Just try a little bit of everything because you won't get a chance to do it again.
Okay. Our second question is, what do you wish you had done differently in high school?
I think I would have made a little bit more of an effort to make friends across the grades. So, obviously you get pretty close to people in your grade, but I think I would have made an effort to get to know people older than me, younger than me, because I think there was a lot of cool friendships, but also different. I could have learned a lot more from other people if I had tried.
What study tips do you have for us?
Read the chapter or chapters, whatever it is, before you actually do stuff. So whether it's like as you're getting the chapter introduced or not, most people don't even read the chapter. So if you actually read the chapter, it makes a big difference because then when it's being taught, you're recognizing stuff instead of having to learn it for the first time.
Okay, and our last question is, what do students do that annoy you the most?
Be lazy. When they don't do their work and it's easy stuff, it's the worst.
Okay. Today we're here with Ms. Kennon. She is the high school chemistry teacher. Our first question for you is, how do you think students can make the most of their high school experience?
By being more involved in class, in their classes, and being more involved in extracurricular activities. Generally speaking, if you are involved and you're doing more, then you're going to develop more leadership skills, and you're going to develop more interpersonal skills, which will take you farther when you get out of high school.
Our next question is, what is something you wish you knew in high school?
I wish I had known that when I got to college, that was the time to decide what I wanted to become. Because too often we think that everyone needs to know exactly what they want to be while they're in high school. And you need to make that decision later. That's when you get to college, you're going to discover that there's so much more out there than the limited things that you've considered for a career. So wait and see what's available and then decide.
Okay. Our next question is, what study tips do you have for us?
Oh, study tips. Okay. Write everything down. And then make flashcards and look over it. And what you don't know, write it down again. The more there's a lot of research out there that says the more you write something, the more you remember it. If you're having trouble remembering something, flashcards, write.
Okay, and our last question is, what do students do that annoys you the most?
When they don't work to their potential, when they just slack off and don't, and I can see that they are capable of so much more, but then I seem to care more about their future than they do. That annoys me a lot.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Today we are here with Mr. Hobbs, the English 10 teacher. How do you think students can make the most of their high school experience?
I would say be involved in as many activities as they can be involved in. I would say try to get to know your teachers and help them get to know you.
Good. And what is something you wish you knew in high school?
How much grades actually matter when you get into college. And I don't mean like making good grades, but I mean like how much you're going to have to recall the information you learned in high school. So like when I was in high school, I thought as long as I have an A, that's all that matters. But really it comes down to like being able to remember what you have learned in high school. It matters the first few years of college, it really does.
And what study tips do you have for students?
Well, for me personally, when I'm trying to learn something new, I turn on specific kinds of music, like whatever I think is going to calm me down, like make me focus. I listen to that. Like I have like YouTube channels and Spotify playlists that's just like nice, relaxing music. And also chewing gum helps a lot too.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What do you think students do that annoys you the most?
What do I think students do that annoy me the most? Oh my
Yes.
goodness, let me just get my list out. I would say just utter laziness. And I don't mean like having a bad day, I mean like repeatedly just not caring at all about anything in class. That annoys me to death.
Well, thank you for having us.
Today we are here with Mr. Collins. He is the 8th grade history teacher. Okay, so the first question for you today is, how do you think students can make the most of their high school experience?
I think to make the most of your high school experience is to enjoy yourself as much as you can. That means be involved in many things that you enjoy, that you like, and be unique. Be who you are.
Okay, our second question is, what is something you wish you knew in high school?
I wish I knew how to study in high school.
Okay, what study tips do you have for us?
Take it serious. Like what you know you're going to go over in class. Read it and research it before you go to class. That way you have a basic understanding of what the teacher's going to talk about before they do.
Okay, and our last question is, what do students do that annoys you the most?
They copy off each other. I don't like it.
Okay, thank you. We hope you found this video to be helpful, and thanks for watching.